Hi, hello everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Korn and Kock podcast. Here with me, as always, is Hall of Famer cartoonist Korn. I'm former Major Leaguer Kock.
It's cock and stock.
And
here we go.
We got a good one for you today. What is today?
What is today? It's September 12th, 2017. It is a Tuesday. What?
Did that say Anon? Because I've messaged someone on Whisper named Anon before.
A lot of people have the name Whisper Anon.
Oh, is that a thing? Okay,
yeah, that's
cool.
a thing. It's not like a one-time deal. It's anonymous. It's like anonymous. So.
Oh, okay, I didn't know. Hey, the microphone's recording.
No shit.
Well, I forgot. No, I'm just kidding. I just wanted to be stupid. What is today? September 12th. Shout out to...
Happy birthday, Stone's dad.
And Neil Peart from Rush. I think he's 64, 65.
Everybody, write down in the comments, happy birthday, Stone's dad, right now.
Do it.
What the fuck?
What?
Did you lock the... Oh, sorry. I thought one of the cats got into the bathroom. That was Fizi. I heard noises coming from the bathroom, and one of my cats really loves to just chill in the bathtub.
In the bathroom. Wait, which cat?
Bowie.
Bowie?
He likes to chill in the bathtub when, we're just... Whenever, like, I go to pee or something. It's really funny, too. He, like, waits by the door, and then he just runs and hops in the bathtub, and he looks at me, and he meows. And I'm like, what the fuck is your problem? And he goes, meow.
Yitzy does that. Okay. She'll just, like, run into the bathroom, just look at me, and she's like, meow. And then she wants to... Then I close the door, and then she,
yeah, I forget that he's in there. Or...
Well, then I'll, like, okay, I'll go to the bathroom, and then I shut the door, and then she's like, meow, and she wants to leave, and you're like, dude, what do you want from me?
Are you fucking serious?
I can't keep doing this shit. Oh, anyways, so today, 4 albums came out. Get this, 3 albums came out on the same day 6 years ago.
I'm sure a lot more did, but tell us which.
Wow.
Sorry.
What is it? Green Naugahyde by Primus, Worship Music by Anthrax, and A Dramatic Turn of Events by Dream Theater all came out on the same day 6 years ago. And
like on the same year?
Yeah, like same
cool.
day, same year. And I didn't even realize it, because I only bought 2 of the 3. Yeah. And then 9 years ago, Death Magnetic came out.
On September 12th?
September 12th, 2008.
Yeah. Nice.
9 years. Let's put 2 minutes... Oh, I didn't start the timer again.
It's okay.
Damn it.
I mean, we can always look at fucking shit-dacity. It's fine.
I was going to say, let's do a quick review of Death Magnetic. What's your favorite song?
My favorite song off Death Magnetic is The Day That Never Comes.
I mean, the last 2.5 minutes are one of the best parts of the album, but the beginning's pretty slow. And
Are you shitting me? Are you calling That Was Just Your Life slow?
No, I'm talking about The Day That Never Comes.
Oh, well, yeah, that's why I like it.
Well, I like it. It's just compared to other Metallica songs, it's like... Well, I don't know, like, it's not the same as Fade to Black or One or Sanitarium or even, That Was Just Your Life, because it doesn't really, like, build in intensity. It kind of just stays the same. But when it gets to the ending, then it builds up.
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
But I don't know, that's why I like it. I just like the guitar at the beginning, where it's like do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, it's just it makes my dick tingle.
Yeah, the ending's cool, because it's like... it speeds up and...
Yeah, and then it just kind of just ends. And you're like... The fuck?
For me, I'm going to have to say All Nightmare Long or My Apocalypse. But probably All Nightmare Long.
All Nightmare Long is a good song. With a lot of good riffs.
It is a good song. But, 9 years ago. How about that? But anyway,
2008 was 30 years ago. Why hasn't Obama aged? Could it be communism?
No, it's because he was born in Kenya. That's why.
In Kenya? Do you honestly believe that? Are you one of the Obama was not born in the United States?
No.
No.
Like, no.
Like, what do you mean no? Like,
no, I don't believe it.
Okay, then why?
Anyone who says it, is dumb.
You hear that? Right-wing, conservative fuckboys. Kock just called you out!
I don't know, it's just kind of like, he's born in Kenya. Well, what was that whole birth certificate controversy?
I don't know, because Sarah Palin was busy fingering herself up on stage, and she's like, Obama, how come we've never seen your birth certificate? Obama, and then like a moose came up on stage and she shot it. And
I was gonna say, she didn't even give a speech. She was too busy in Alaska hunting the damn things. She couldn't even like give the speech.
Original joke. But yeah, no, and everyone and all the dumbass fucking rednecks were like, yeah, how come we never seen Obama's birth report? It's like, well, what?
I don't know.
Do you think they'd go into his background before they elected him as president to make sure? It's like, why would they even allow him to fucking
you're telling
be
me
the president if they didn't check beforehand if he was born in the United States? How stupid are people? Seriously.
Oh no, that's why when I said like because he's born in Kenya, because it sounds so stupid, but people still take it so serious.
You could tell people that the sky is pink. Like, Donald Trump could probably tell people that blue is not a real color and the sky is actually pink, and they'd fucking believe him. They'd be like, well, the sky turns pink at night, so he must be right. I mean, you're fucking retarded.
I mean, really, any politician can get up there and say, you know, pink was responsible for 9/11, and then people will believe it. Not a lot of people, not even like really a lot, but there will be a few thousand people that will believe it.
And that's more than enough, because then you get those people, and then they riot, and then like more idiot people see them, and they're like, yeah, these people have good ideas, and then they fucking...
These people have good ideas.
Yeah, that's how it happens. It's like a fucking virus. It spreads and spreads until you can't contain it anymore. Until either, you know, we all die or Yellowstone goes off.
Yeah, I saw a thing for Yellowstone where, you know, there's the kill zone, first ash zone.
Oh, yeah.
And then the second ash zone, and like the top half of Arizona is in the second ash zone. So if it worst comes to worst, we'll just spend a couple weeks in Tucson. Which is like a mini Phoenix. Didn't we talk about this? That if Yellowstone were to go off, the ash cloud that would result would be so large it would literally blanket the whole sky of the entire world. That'd be a bummer. Are you kidding me? That's the end of the human race, bro. Well, I don't know about the end. It might put a unless we eat nothing but Twinkies for the next 30 years while it clears up. I think it'll be well, let's face it, are we really making that far progress as a society? With technology, yes, we're making great steps, but as a humankind race, we're taking 2 steps forward and 10 steps back. Really? Every day. Yeah, because it's like, we got the new iPhone. That's a step forward. And then, you know... They're Nazis in Maryville. Or not Maryville, fucking... Charlottesville. Yeah. Sorry, I'm still on last episode. So, yeah... We're making we're progressing, but we're also, I think we're just not moving at all, to be honest. We're not going forward, but we're not going back. We're kind of like just right here, right now. I watched an interesting documentary actually about it was basically about aliens, but it wasn't like that stupid like History Channel like I think that aliens created the ancient Mayans. It wasn't like that. Yeah. It was like this guy who had worked with people that, you know, were very big with Area 51. And he basically said, and it was a very well-made documentary. It's called, what was it? It was, where did you watch it? It was on, either Hulu or Netflix. I think Netflix. And it was like, it was some word for like not being heard or whatever. I'm fucking stupid. I'll look it up later. But it was basically like this guy worked there, and apparently aliens are real. We have communications with them. Area 51 is researching not researching. They know how their technology works and are like making prototype weapons and stuff. And like vehicles and stuff based on UFOs. Yeah. And like the human race, if this was known to the public and this technology was known to the public, we would literally be more than 100 years ahead technologically where we are now. Gas would be obsolete, and electricity would be obsolete. So many things would be obsolete, and that's why that's why we don't know about it. But could we run cars with water?
I don't know. Well, if this technology came out, we wouldn't even probably need water. We'd probably be able to.
We wouldn't even need cars.
We probably wouldn't even need to be. We could just like.
We didn't even need to get out of bed.
Right.
We could just live our lives just looking at a screen, controlling everything with our minds.
But the thing is, the reason apparently that we don't know about it and why it's not known to the public, not even known to a lot of people within our own government, is because all the big we talked about this a few podcasts back, where George Carlin was like, you think the president's in charge? He's not. There are people above him that own all the money in the world and all the big corporations in the world, and they don't give a fuck about you. Those people are the ones that don't want the technology to come out into the public. Because think about it. If a technology came out that rendered gas and electricity obsolete, all of those people would lose all of their money. It would be devastating to them. And the last thing that those selfish assholes want is for the people to gain that kind of technology, because then they lose their market and they lose their money, and that's the most important thing to them.
That's funny because there's a Family Guy episode that's basically like that. It's where Carter Pewterschmidt discovers the cure for cancer. Well, his company has the cure for cancer, and Brian Stewie find it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, why haven't you sold this to the public? And he said the same thing, because there's no money in it. Because people have cancer and they want to pay for a treatment. That's where they get the money. So if they have a cure for cancer, no one will pay for it. Or they won't pay nearly as much.
It's real. You do realize that there is a cure for cancer. Like, there's no doubt a cure for cancer out there. A definitive cure that is not being marketed because the hospital business, the business side of it, the money, there's so much money to be had that...
Well, I'm not doubting it.
That the whole system can't afford to have a cure like that within circulation, because it would just ruin it. No more money would be made.
Well, I'm not doubting. It's almost like I was just gonna say this. It's almost like I'm not doubting it. I'd still need to actually see it, because anyone can just say it. But I still need to see it. But it's also like Russell's talked to me about how he thinks the NFL is rigged, and I could care less. But here's the other thing. Let's pretend they found out that the NFL was rigged. I wouldn't be surprised. Because again, NFL is the biggest sport in the country, that and basketball. So of course people want to control it and get money off of it. Why? Because football owns Sunday. The only thing Sunday has to it is church and football. That's it. People skip church and watch football and vice versa. So really, but can you imagine if hockey was rigged or baseball? No one would give a shit. It's like, hey man, did you hear? The NHL is rigged. Hockey's rigged. It's like who cares?
Excuse me.
Good. We should have hockey be rigged. But if basketball was rigged or football was rigged,
it'd be the end of the fucking world.
Yeah, the whole country would riot. Why? Because the Raiders won the Super Bowl. Nobody saw that coming. Really? You're gonna riot over that? Look, not that I'm saying that you should riot over anything, but if you're gonna riot because the NFL is rigged or any sport is rigged, get your priorities straight. If you're going to riot, you better have a damn good reason that you're going to go out and cost even more money for, a cause or whatever. And also, people can still... You can protest without causing violence. People did it back in the 60s and every other decade. But for some reason, people nowadays, when you hear protest, you have to cause violence. You have to cause protest. You have to provoke it. You have to do all these things. And it's like, no, you don't have to do that. Get a big group together... stand somewhere, and then bam, not on the freeway. Don't do that.
Yeah, if you stand on the freeway, you're a piece of shit.
If you stand on the freeway, you're going to get hit, and not a lot of people are, even the hospital's not going to feel sorry for you.
Okay, well, there is a bill trying to be passed that will give people who run over protesters immunity from being prosecuted for that. Yeah, apparently. Apparently.
Never heard of
Thing
that.
is, I don't condone people running over other people, in any situation ever. Unless it's a crazed maniac that's killed your entire family,
there are
and you're
exceptions.
you're trying to kill him.
There are exceptions.
I'm talking solely on protesting.
Well, yeah.
But if you're protesting and you're blocking a major roadway, there are people that need to get home to their families. There's people that need to get to work, or else they might get fired and their lives might get ruined.
There's a guy who has diarrhea and has to get back to any bathroom.
There's a guy who's taking his dying grandfather to the hospital to because he's in agonizing pain and he can't get there because fucking make marijuana legal, man.
Yeah, There's
Fuck
a guy,
you. You're a piece of shit. Die.
There's a guy who wants to get laid and has to get to the girl's house.
That's the most important one. That's the most important one. Don't ever cock block a guy.
You cock blocker, stop protesting because you're blocking all the people who want to get fucking laid.
That was good. That was
Bam.
good. That was good. I appreciated that.
Damn.
Speaking of getting laid. I can't say that.
You should censor it. It'd be kind of funny.
Sure.
Speaking of getting laid.
Beep. It's like, well, now they're not going to even know.
That's funny. You know, I like the censor thing because it kind of adds a little mystery of what that person said.
I guess.
And then you really think, like, what did they say? What did they say? What would they say that would like? Did you see that thing on Tosh.0 where he's like, not every time you hear the censor, I said a bad word. It's the context of what was around that word. So he said hair diaper.
Hair diaper.
And hair diaper was censored. And then he said one thing that was censored was rape dungeon. And he's like, rape dungeon sounds like it should still be censored.
Tosh.0 is kind of funny. I haven't watched an episode in a while.
It's so funny. It's like on 7-8 seasons. I don't know how that guy... Well, I know because Comedy Central said it because it's like the cheapest show to produce. They just go on YouTube and look up, clips, write jokes, and then bam, there you go. It's easy.
That time that he fucking brought the Gingers Have Souls kids.
Gingers Have Souls.
Not Souls kids. Gingers Have Souls kid onto fucking onto his show for like a web redemption. That was so great.
Gingers Have Souls.
Dude, I told you that kid's a transgender.
Yeah, I think we talked about that.
Literally, like,
no one cares.
I don't have anything wrong against trans people. I have nothing wrong against them. But I have a sneaking suspicion that people on YouTube only do it because it gets them attention.
It gets some subscribers and views.
Seriously, like Shane Dawson. I'll bring that up again. Shane Dawson came out as bi on YouTube and like cried about it, and all his followers were like, "Oh, it's okay, Shane will love you forever." It's like, I don't have anything wrong against any kind of.
Did they not love him before?
Well, no, they loved him before, but that's the thing.
Are they gonna love him?
They're gonna love. He knows that his fans are gonna love him no matter what happens. So he's literally just doing that for more attention. It's like, look, dude, I'm not calling you out because I have a problem with you being bi. I have a problem with you saying you're bi to get more attention.
Yeah, and kind of make
that's
a big
not
deal
cool.
Out of it. Yeah, it's like, don't make a big deal about it.
If you like sucking dick, go for it, dude. Like Louis C.K. said, I don't have it in me to suck a dick. But if you can suck a dick, it's great.
You ever see that College Humor video where it's like this guy comes out as gay, no one cares, and at the end of the video he says, "I'm bisexual," and they're like, "What the fuck, man? You're bisexual? Get the fuck out of here!" And then he's all like happy and everything.
It's like they finally noticed me.
I don't know. I feel like more people have a problem with people being bi than gay. You know how like, a girl says she's bi, that annoys guys. It's like, well, which side are you? And then guys say they're bi, and they're like, come on, pick a side, man. But if they're gay, it's like, okay, we know where you're at. It's done, settled. There you go. Why is it like every single girl, almost 90% of the girls you meet are either bi or they were bi at one point?
Because girls are a lot more like, because we fantasize lesbianism, like as like males as a society, we fantasize lesbianism. I think that's the term. If it's not, I'm coining it right now. Lesbianism. Lesbian. But no, seriously. So I don't know. Like when we see like a guy who's gay, we're like, not everybody goes like, but a lot of us are just like, come on, man, not in public. But a lot of us, if we saw two girls make it out in public, we'd be like, oh fuck yeah, we'd like go in to watch.
There's a reason on Saturday Night Live you always see two guys making out, but you never see two women making out. You know why? Because guys making out on TV is just shocking, and it's like, what the hell, man? I need to see that. But you see two girls making out,
and you're just like, oh yeah, you pull out your meat and you just start. whacking it.
It's almost like the Olympics where it's like, you know, the guys do their thing. It's like, yeah, whatever. And then the women's Olympics come on, and then you're like, can I watch this alone? Can I like leave the room here?
I need like 20 minutes alone.
Let me just watch this by myself. Get a better look at these women, at the amazing work that they're doing in the Olympics. You know. But, yeah, it's September. We're getting to the... What is it? Well, it's been over 8 months. Now we're in the 9th month of 2017. And I say that...
Fuck.
Yeah, I say that because it's like it's going by pretty quick.
Mario Odyssey comes out next month. Tomorrow, September 13th, new Nintendo Direct.
Well, that reminds me.
Smash Bros. For Switch is going to be confirmed. Sorry, go ahead.
Wait, it's going to be. It's not already confirmed?
Well, here's the story. So, the Nintendo Direct was announced, like, yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, early in the morning from the Nintendo Twitter. And basically the Japanese YouTube page for the stream, where the stream is going to take place. You know how whenever people, like, play video games on YouTube, there's that little thing that comes down in the description that shows what game they're playing?
Yeah.
For the stream, it showed Smash Bros, like the newest one, and everyone was like, "It's happening!"
It's happening.
And then they took it down. So I mean, why would they take it down if they had nothing to hide? Also, Smash Bros for the Wii U came out on September 13th, 2014.
Hey.
I'm just saying.
Every 3 years, man.
I'm just saying. Well, I mean, Brawl came out in like 2008? No, it came out in like 2007. And then it was like 6 years or something between Smash games.
Well, anyways, right before I came over here, I filmed the season 4 finale of Rush Bauer Drum Cover season 4.
Oh fuck yeah!
And I was gonna do the season premiere of season 5, but I didn't have enough time.
I'll link it. I'll link it in the actually. I'll just fucking. I'll put it up in the little eye icon on the top of the screen.
Eye icon.
Yeah, that's what YouTube does now.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It was a busy week. Oh, you want to hear what happened to me? Like, I got a minor story to tell.
Okay, go ahead.
So, you know, a couple days ago I came over and I was upset.
Yeah.
But then I,
Oh, like you came over after work or whatever, and I was just sitting there playing Pikmin 2, and you were like, I was like, what happened? And you're like, don't want to talk about it. I'm like, why not? And you're like, don't want to talk about it. And then you took Bunny Bear and you like threw him on the couch.
Well, I was like, normally I'm pretty tolerant of, you know, animals, like pets, including, you know, cats like that. But when Bunny's like, meow, I'm like, I ain't doing this shit, Bunny. And I grabbed him. I didn't say that, but I thought it. I just grabbed him and I put him on the couch, and he's like, wasn't expecting that. But anyways, after I left, I decided to go on a small drive just to, like, you know, get a scenic route and everything. Mm-hmm. So I go down this street. I thought it was a new street, but I'd been down it before. So as I'm going down, there's this minivan parked on the right side of the street, just parked there. And I thought, it's probably for sale. I see it all the time.
Uh-huh.
But then I realized, it's like, this is too nice of a neighborhood to just see a random car that says for sale. That's something you'd see in, like, South Phoenix or in a bad part of town. You don't see it in these multi-million-dollar houses when there's a fancy church down the street, there's a golf course right. You don't see that. So I go down the street, it's a dead end, so I circle back, and I'm coming back, and I'm looking at this car again. It's just sitting there, and I thought, maybe this car was broke down and the person left it here. So I pull up, like, I don't know, from that wall to maybe 5 feet outside.
Mm-hmm.
So I slow down to like a mile an hour, and I look over, and I see nothing, and then I see somebody like lean up, and then look over at me, and they start fucking around. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta get out of here.
Oh damn.
So I don't hit the gas, but I step on it, and I drive away. And for some reason, a voice in my head said, go back and see if they need help. And I was like, okay. So I circle back around again. Now this is the third time I'm seeing this damn car. So I turn left instead of going straight. And now there's another white minivan down the street. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And this minivan has the light on, both doors open on the behind the driver passenger seat. Those doors are wide open. There's a light on.
So many goddamn fucking minivans.
And I'm like, what the fuck? There's minivans here. They're empty. One guy's over there. And I thought, are they watching this house? Are they fixing something? So I circle around and I look at the white minivan. There's a dude sitting in the white minivan. So I roll down the window. He rolls us down, and I'm like, hey, and he it's an Indian guy, and he goes, hey, are you security?
Are you security?
And I'm like, no, I'm just driving around. You okay? And he's like, yeah, we're security. They were watching this guy's house or watching something. He had a sticker on his door. So he's just, we're security. He points at the sticker, and I'm like, okay. And I was like, what about that guy down the street? And he's like, oh yeah, he's security too. And I'm like, oh, I didn't see a sticker or anything. It's kind of dark. And you know what he says?
Wow.
He goes, he's black. And I wanted to be like, that's not what I was saying, dude. Way to go. You pulled the race card on that one, not me.
See, it's okay when other races, other ethnicities, other than white Caucasian people, say like, "Oh, he's black," but as soon as we say it, it's like, "Nah, you're canceled."
Yeah, so he says that, and I'm like, and I almost kind of laughed, and I was like, okay. And then he's like, you sure you're not security?
I'm like, fucking.
Well, my van looked just like him, and I'm like, no, I don't have a sticker on mine. I'm just an average guy driving around. And he's like, okay, you have a good night. And I'm like, you too, man. So I drive back down. I see the other guy just sitting in his van, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I drove home, and I called it a night.
You were just like, I can't deal.
The 3 times I've gone out on drives like that, 2 of the 3 times something weird has happened. That's one of the times. One time was normal, and then another time was a bizarre thing. But that's a story I'll tell at the end of a podcast sometime.
Aight. One thing we should mention, and
what?
Kock brought this up as a good point. We said in the 4th podcast that every 4 podcasts would be the Korn and Kock hypothetical hour. We're not gonna do that. But we will have hypothetical hour every once in a while, so...
Are we going to do 8 episodes?
Every 8 episodes? I mean, it'll be hard to keep track. We'll be like, what's 8 plus this number from podcast? We could always shoot each other hypotheticals. It's not like we have to have a specific hour for it in order to do it.
Hour. And they have to be hour-long podcasts. They can't be longer than that.
If it's any longer, you're fucked. You're canceled.
No,
Goodbye, you're canceled.
We're fucked.
Shit out of luck?
Metallica... What about those Metallica set lists? Well, they played better set lists.
I'm so pissed.
I'm pissed too.
Yeah, they opened with Saint Anger. And then they ended the show with Sweet Amber.
I knew you were going to say that. No, they played Man Unkind.
Okay, no, that's fucking stupid. I'm pissed that they played The Day That Never Comes at one of their fucking Europe shows.
I'm pissed they played Leper Messiah and Through the Never. When the hell do they play those songs ever?
I wouldn't know because I'm not big into the watching their live performances thing.
Well, let me say, Leper Messiah is a pretty rare one. Through the Never is like, it's not rare. It'll pop up every once in a while, but it's like, hey, surprise, way to go. And then Day That Never Comes is of Death Magnetic. That's probably one of the more consistent songs to be played on that album.
What's like the rarest?
I mean, Suicide and Redemption's only been played twice.
Well, that's not too bad. Are there any that haven't been played at all?
No, they've played them all. There's a funny clip of them playing that in 2011 at their 30th anniversary show. Mm-hmm. They opened the show with Suicide and Redemption, and they couldn't play it. They kept messing up the intro, and they had to restart it like 4 times. I'll show it to you later.
Was Lars like, the camera?
Lars was talking to he's like, all right, we got 8 count, right? It's 8 counts, and then we do the open notes, and he's talking into the microphone so the whole crowd can hear it. Mm-hmm. And even when they finished it, they didn't play it right. So,
fucking it's okay when Metallica does it. Mm-hmm. See, if any other band were to mess it up, we'd be like, you guys fucking suck. We're never coming to another one of your shows again. But because it's Metallica, it's like, no, it's okay if Lars fucks up 3 times.
You know how you can tell a good band, live band?
How?
Watch them mess up and see how they handle it, or if there's a technical problem.
If they get really mad at each other, they're bad. But if they're just like, whatever, they're good.
Bad. They're just not professional. Like you have Guns N' Roses, Axl Rose. Like somebody looks at him weird, he stops the whole show and storms off stage.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's happened before where he's just all upset and pissy, then he just leaves the stage.
You know what's fucking hilarious?
What?
My favorite Foo Fighters moment was during the middle, and I'm sure people have seen this. Well, actually, I have 2 favorite Foo Fighter moments, even though I don't know much about Foo Fighters. Is one time, like, there was just this guy Actually, I have 3.
3.
They're
Look at that thing. It looks like a TIE fighter.
Oh yeah, the wave format on the.
That's awesome.
It does. Oh, that's something else I have to.
Can you make a penis with on the sound?
That's what I was gonna say. You saw that video where the guy's like, "We have to try and make a penis with the wave format," and he goes, It's like,
a penis.
I know it looks like a fucking weird.
Looks like a balloon.
But what was I going to say? I was
top three Foo Fighter moments.
All right, the first one is where there's a show and Dave Grohl just stops in the middle of it and he's like, hey, you right there. Yeah, you in the shirt. Yeah, get the fuck out of my show. Because he was like fighting with the other guy. He's like, get the fuck out of my show. Get the fuck out. We do not come here to fight. We come here to dance, motherfucker. And then he just goes back to playing. And I was like,
I've seen that.
My man. Then another one was where, like, there was some guy's birthday, just some random guy in the audience's birthday, and Dave let him come up on stage and play the drums for one of his songs, and he actually did it really well.
Nice.
And he, like, got to hug all the band members. He was like, all right, happy birthday. Now get the fuck off my stage. And it's like, Dave Grohl is so awesome because he's like an asshole, but he's not an asshole. He's like the coolest guy ever.
Well, I got a funny moment. You have one more, right?
Yeah, but this one's like really quick. It was like someone was shining a laser pointer at him during the stage. He's like, who the fuck has that laser pointer? He gets so pissed off.
Who the fuck?
He's like, what the fuck, man? Yeah, you go ahead.
I saw there's this clip of it's a Soundgarden show, and it shows Dave Grohl just in the middle of the crowd. Can you imagine that? Like, this guy is a millionaire. He can totally buy backstage passes and just chill. But no, he's in the crowd, and you've seen it. People are like this close to each other.
You're just like ass to face.
Yeah, and he's getting pushed around. He's like looking at the stage.
But that's like the fun.
What's awesome because it's like Dave Grohl's this millionaire, but he's like doing what average schmucks like us do, standing for 3 hours next to sweaty Mexicans who are way too drunk to be at this show.
It's true.
It's true.
I'm sorry.
Every show I've been to, there are always at least 4 way drunk, huge Thor-looking Mexicans.
Mexicans?
What?
That's
fucked. Mexicans?
You said Mexicans. That's fucked up, man.
I must have been thinking of a different word. No, but it's like these super 7-foot guys.
7 foot tall.
Who are thicker than your room, walking around, and they're way too... You know how you can tell they're too drunk? When they're not saying a single word, and they have this 1,000-yard stare, and no one can take them out. You could shoot them with a gun in the thigh and they won't stop.
They'll just keep walking. They'll be like, fly.
When they're in the pit, they don't run. They just walk around and knock people over. I've seen it. I've been hit by one of them before. It's scary.
It's true.
And how many of them did we see at Metallica?
Well, there was that one really like drunk, fat Mexican guy.
Which one? There's like 5 of them.
The one that like got carried out by security.
Okay, yeah, that guy. I've never seen a guy that drunk before at a show.
I don't think he was necessarily just all drunk. I think he was also really high. He was probably crossfaded.
Dude, he was probably crossfaded, and 3 steps after that, that's what he probably was.
Crossfaded, and someone kicked him in the balls, and the pain didn't hit him until like 3 minutes after it actually happened.
3 minutes? He probably put that on the back of his head, and then 4 hours later it escaped, and he's like, oh shit. Yeah.
I feel kind of bad for him though. He missed out on a good show. Even though we got one of the shittier set lists, but whatever. If you're watching this, James Hetfield and Lars and Kirk and Robert, fuck you for not playing the cool set lists. We love you, but fuck you.
Well, not just that, but thanks for not changing the set list at all. Yeah, we're changing the set list. Yeah, changing 3 songs does not count. Changing the set list consists of at least a third of the set is changed nightly, not 1 song a night. Bullshit.
Well, I mean, technically it is a change, but it's not a good change.
Yeah, playing Fuel and Memory Remains. That's not change. You want to change it? Don't play any of those songs. And play something off of And Justice for All that's not 1. I mean, really.
Alright, well, I think that's enough band talk for one day. I had a question I wanted to ask you.
Or...
Has there ever been like a game that you really, really wanted to play, but you just were never able to, and now you can't, and it's just like, or like you're just still not able to for some reason or another?
A game?
Like a video game, I mean.
I don't think so. There are things that I've wanted to do but didn't do. Like, a couple years ago, Primus came to town, and I was like, nah, I don't want to go. I don't have the money. I haven't seen them. Well, guess what? I looked at the set list, and the set list was great. And I was like, well, could have seen it, but I chose not to. But games, I don't think so. Because really, it's like, if I want to play a game, I can go out and find it on Amazon. Why, is there a game that you wanted to play and couldn't?
Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the video game.
Why can't you play it?
Because it was published by Ubisoft.
Yeah.
And they lost the rights to Scott Pilgrim, I think. And they had to take the game down. And it was only up on the Xbox 360 marketplace. And it's gone now forever. Like, you can't download it anywhere. There are no ROMs. There are no nothing. You just can't download it.
Well, could you buy it on Amazon off of a guy? Or
No. It's not a physical copy. It's digital download only.
What the hell?
So, like, and it sucks because, like, that game looks like so much fun. It's like a side-scrolling beat-em-up game.
I saw Rage Quit from Rooster Teeth play it, and it looked, I don't know.
Plus, the fucking music is... the music is kick-ass. But yeah, you can never play it again. I really wanted to play it, especially since I read all the Scott Pilgrim books not too long ago, and I was like, this shit is tits. And I was like, I wish I could play the game, but
I'll say this: the Police did a one-off reunion tour in 07 and 08, and I was too young to know what it was. So I'm upset because I totally would have gone, even though the tickets probably would have been like $150 each. But for a one-off, and I looked at the tour. They played Phoenix twice. I totally would have gone. And one of them was at U.S. Airways. Well, it used to be U.S. Airways Center. Now it's Talking Stick Arena.
Resort.
Talking Stick Resort Arena? Or is it just Talking Stick Arena?
Arena?
Yeah.
Why'd you say arena?
Arena.
Good.
What did I say before?
You said arena.
Arena.
And I'm like, well, I mean, tomato, but whatever.
No, but...
Shit, man.
There's that.
I'm sorry you missed that show. Hey, you made up for it when you went to go see Rush 2 times in the same
That
week.
is true. That is probably one of the coolest things I've ever
And
done.
hey, it's your favorite band, so.
That is true, yeah. And, you know... I don't know. But, see, that's not like something I chose not to do. I just didn't know it happened until a few years later. And at the time, I was only like 12 or 13. Meaning I had, like, no money to my name at all. Because what 12-year-old has money that he can buy tickets for a show?
A kid that's involved in drugs. Lots and lots of drugs.
You ever hear about some of these actors, like Drew Barrymore, who was like, you know, drinking and smoking by age 10, and by age 12 they were addicted to crack and heroin?
It's fucked up, man.
I know, and you're like, what the hell? How do you ever come back from that?
Well, it's not a matter of how did you come back from that. It's a matter of how the fuck did that happen in the first place.
Well, it's like, how did you start...
Where are your parents?
Yeah, it's like, how did you start smoking when you're 6 and just ever quit? And how are you still alive? Like, really? I will admit, Drew Barrymore looks okay. But I don't think it's because of the drugs and the smoking. I think it's just, you know, age is kind of catching up. But she still looks good. Kind of like Cameron Diaz, but, you know.
Fucking Cameron.
You know who looks good?
Who?
Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, for her age.
I wish her acting was as good as how she looked.
Dude, no one on Friends can act.
No one told you acting was gonna be this hard.
Oh my god, I hate Friends.
You know what I hate? Speaking of acting, and I hope you agree with me on this, is when, like, a bigwig actor goes on, like, fucking Conan Tonight or, like, Jimmy Kimmel, and they're like, oh, acting is such a difficult job. It's very stressful. And
Bullshit.
It's like, dude, you get paid to sit in front of a camera and, like, do flips and shit.
Everybody
do you know how
acts.
many, like, let's speak...
You heard that, right?
I did hear that. I think my yelling masked over Fizi's yelling, but,
I still heard it.
well, yeah, we heard it too, but I don't think the people are gonna hear it. We the people. Like, okay, I will admit, being a great actor is probably difficult, but the job of acting
is not difficult.
You can
because once you're in that job and you're good at it, all you have to do is just memorize your lines.
Good at it. Half the people aren't even good at it. You tell me American Pie actors are good actors? Bullshit.
I mean, yeah, you make a good point.
It's like, okay, in this scene, pretend you're getting a blowjob. Like, what the fuck, really?
Look up at the sky with your eyes closed and open your mouth as wide as you go and go, ah!
Yeah, and then moan a little bit. Like, that's not acting. That's real. Do you realize that people act every day when you go to work? And
when you go to work.
Yeah, exactly.
You make a great point. You make a great point.
Actually, my dad came up with that. Because I asked him, I was like, I brought up an award show like the Emmys or some Academy Awards. I was like, you gonna watch it? He's like, no, I hate it. And I'm like, why? And he says, because people get in a room and they celebrate acting, and I act every day. I don't get an award. And he's right.
Fuck. It's true, and it's bullshit.
Yeah, you get pulled over by a cop, you act like,
You act like there's nothing wrong.
Yeah, you act like you're happy to see him when you're not. You go to work, customer pisses off, you act like it doesn't bother you, but it does.
So when some guy comes up, some actor who's been acting for 30 years or something, he's like, oh, it takes a toll on you. It's absolutely... When all they ever do is go to fancy parties and do cocaine and just act. It's dude, there are people in this country that are living in cardboard boxes behind Walmart, eating scraps of Campbell chicken noodle soup that they found in the dumpster from a week ago, and have feral raccoons as pets. You're telling me that they don't know what it's like to be an actor, and they don't know what it's like to know the stress of an actor? Fuck you!
Dustin Hoffman?
I know the name. I can't think of his face right off the bat, though.
He was in this movie, and he was like a method actor. So for some reason, he stayed up for 3 days straight, to get into character for something. Mm-hmm. So he showed up on set, and he went 3 days without sleeping, so he was all out of it. And someone's like, what happened to you? And he's like, well, I was trying to get into character, so I stayed up for 3 days. And the guy's like, why don't you just try acting? Because, that's your job. Just act. Pretend. That's why, method actors like Christian Bale...
Who, starve them...
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, they starve themselves. It's like, I had to do it for my art. It's like, no you didn't.
No, it's like, dude, it's not worth dying over... Can you imagine people who die during movie productions? It's like... Dude, especially if it was an accident, that'd be an awful way to go, to die during a movie. Ugh. I'm not talking a war movie. I'm talking some average Will Ferrell comedy down the street. A guy just dies.
Kicks the bucket.
Yeah, just kicks the bucket or whatever. That sucks.
No, but it's just if you want to see an example of someone starving, just go to Africa. Take a ticket to fucking Zimbabwe and go to one of the villages there.
I will admit this, movies back in the day, they didn't have all the Avengers, it's all a computer, shut the hell up. Back in the day, people didn't have computers for everything, so they actually had to go out and put actors or stunt doubles in a field and actually have bombs and shit blow up. Nowadays, it's like, alright, you see that empty field? Run through it. We'll add all the explosions later.
Yeah, you see this green screen room? Run through it. We'll add the everything later.
Or they film a field with just explosions and nothing. No, back in the day, most of the time it's like, alright, you're going to run through that field super fast and don't hit any of the explosions. Alright, go.
It's ridiculous.
I know, movies nowadays.
Yeah, I'm sure you've seen it. The, you know that, when they were filming The Hobbit, they had, Ian... McKellen, yeah. He was sitting literally in a green screen room, completely alone. All the other actors were green screened in afterwards for one of the scenes where they're in the they're in the Shire. It was, and he actually broke down crying because he was this isn't what he wanted to be an actor for.
I mean,
he didn't want to be in a fucking room alone with a green screen. He wanted to be with other people, and
You ever think or wonder why it only takes 2 months to film an Avengers movie, and it takes a year to edit? Because they go into an empty room and they're like, all right, just go like this, and okay,
put these white balls on. Put these white balls all over your thing so we can motion track you.
It's just wave your arms around and move your head. Okay, what is this gonna do? Don't worry, we'll add in all the other effects in post-production. That's why filming takes 2 months, edit takes an entire year. Transformers filming takes a couple weeks. exaggerating, and then it takes like a year and a half to edit. Because the whole thing is computers. Everything is just added on through the computer. It's like movies are like humans as a society. We've come a long ways, but we're not really getting any farther. We're kind of just going in circles at this point. Like, we're not progressing, but we're not degressing. We're kind of just right here. We're just stuck. Like our car is stuck in mud, and we're just stuck, and we're not going forward, but we're not going back. We're just stuck trying to go forward. Yeah, it's like Jurassic Park, 1993. How real did those dinosaurs look? Pretty real, right? Look at Jurassic World. It's a computer. It looks fake as shit. Really? Even Jurassic
They
Park...
probably CGI'd fucking Chris Pratt in there,
Dude,
to be honest.
Jurassic Park 3 had better effects than Jurassic World. And this is coming from a guy who actually enjoyed Jurassic World. Not because it was a great cinematic experience, because it was like nostalgia, and it's like, you know, kind of advancing the story. Not by much, but a little bit. And, you know, there's some cool moments. I like the dinosaur if it didn't look fake as shit. I don't know. Just movies nowadays, man. It's like...
They're all either sequels or remakes. There's no original shit.
It's just a computer. It's just like, you know, you see that computer? We'll add everything on that one thing. What about actually filming it? We don't really need to do that.
Hey, remember when we actually had to spend money on real props and shit, and actually had to hire artists and sculptors to make, like, scenes and costumes and stuff? Pff, fuck that. Let's just put a guy in a black suit with white balls so we can motion track a CGI suit around him. Fuck you.
Yeah, we're being totally original.
Just the directors, like, during a fucking documentary, just like, yeah, fuck you. We don't care. We just want money. Eat dick.
You know what? You remember the movie...
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'd probably have more respect for, like, directors and shit if they were just like, I'm in this for the money. I'm not doing this because I want to. I'm just doing this because it makes me a fat paycheck.
Yeah, if they were honest and real about it, they get more cred instead of, you know, acting and pretending.
Like, yeah. It's like, what the
You
fuck?
remember that movie Armageddon? Michael Bay?
Yeah, the one where there's the giant fucking meteor and they send Bruce Willis up to dig a hole into it.
You, me, and Steven in Anaheim watched it. We like bonded.
So fun. That was so funny.
It really was.
Just every 5 seconds I was being an annoying cunt, but like they thought it was funny.
Well, like, how can you watch Armageddon and take it serious?
I was like,
Steven was just sitting over there.
He was just sitting on the opposite bed. Me and Stone were sitting in our bed watching it, and every 5 seconds Bruce Willis would be like, "Hi, honey, I'm touching my dick up here," or just some gay shit like that. But
cliche after cliche.
But it was.
But anyways,
funny.
Ben Affleck, who was in that movie.
Oh yeah, I forgot he's in that movie.
He did a commentary, and I saw this on Honest Trailers, and they played the actual clip. Ben Affleck, in his words, went up to Michael Bay and he said, "Hey, look, in the movie we have, what are the guys that dig in the ground?
Drillers.
Okay, yeah, drillers. They have drillers learn how to be astronauts." And then he's like, "Wouldn't it make more sense to have astronauts learn how to drill than for drillers to learn how to astronaut?"
And Michael Bay told him, "Shut the fuck up."
And then Ben Affleck was like, "I guess that's the end of that conversation." And then he's like, "But come on, let's think about this."
And he's like, "Nope, shut up."
And he got like really close to the mic, like he got like this close. He's like, "Come on, let's think about it. Astronauts to drill, then drillers to astronaut. It makes sense." And it's funny because you can hear it. They played the actual clip, and you can hear it in his voice of how, like, you know, he really meant it. And like, I think he was hurt that Michael Bay told him to shut the fuck up. And I think he said it in a serious way. He didn't make it sound like he was joking or whatever. Also, I heard that Michael Bay was filming Transformers 4 in Tokyo, and he got mugged.
Wait, he got mugged?
He got mugged by a couple of people while filming. I thought to myself, wow, I kind of bet no one really
They were
cared.
filming. There's a whole film crew, and like fucking Mark Wahlberg is there, and all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, just some random guy comes up and he's like, "Hey, and he like stabs him in the kidney and takes his stuff, and no one tries to stop him. They're like, "Oh no, please stop, come back."
I can't tell.
And they all go on their phones.
I don't know. It's like, how do you rob someone on a movie crew and get away with it? Oh no, I think it said they were in between shooting days and he was walking around by himself and then he got mugged. But even then, it's like, it's Michael Bay. Is anyone really? Oh no, Michael Bay. Thank God he won't make any more movies.
He's like, I had to get a new kidney, but Transformers 4 is going to be the blockbuster of the summer. Turns out to be like the worst Transformers movie. Until he made Transformers 5, which actually turned out to be the worst Transformers movie.
I can't wait for the CinemaSins for that to come out.
I cannot wait for the 6th one to just trump every single one with how bad it is.
Are they making a 6th one?
You...
Because I heard Michael Bay was not going to make a 6th one.
Short answer, yes. Long answer... They set up the they left the 5th one so open-ended that it's like they're not gonna just leave it like this.
That's what they did with Pirates of the Caribbean 5. They totally left it. They didn't really end it.
Oh, the final fucking chapter. Every single time any movie says it's the final iteration, it is not. It is absolutely not.
You know what? When bands go on tour and say this is the farewell tour,
It's not.
it's not. You know what Phil Collins did?
What did he do?
He went on a tour and he called it finally the first farewell tour.
Duh!
And it's like, thank you.
What the-
Someone.
Thank you for clarifying what you meant by that.
Well, no, it's like, thank you for admitting that this won't be the farewell tour. That you're. Guess what? That tour was like in 2000. He came out of retirement last year. So yeah, dude. It's like, I wish bands would do that. It's like, you know, the first farewell tour, the second one. Hey, we're still doing this. Instead of making it, this is the final curtain call. If you're gonna do it, do Black Sabbath and actually mean it. Play your last show and then be done. Or be Rush and hint at it and then follow through with it. But that makes me sad though.
What?
That Rush probably played their last show.
Oh, you haven't written down like anything all podcast.
Well, we've been changing topics so quick.
Well, that's what we always do.
Well, no, like this one's like really quick.
Stone's wearing his not Miami Marlins,
Ah.
Florida Marlins, which are the same team but different franchise year, whatever.
Well,
I
this is
think.
the earlier logo with the F and the swordfish marlin.
He thinks it looks better than the other one.
Well, the other one, like, if you want, you can put both of them on the screen. I think the new one, it looks like a when I hear Miami, I think of the Miami Heat, and that's a basketball team. So when I hear Miami Marlins, I think of basketball, and the colors look like a basketball. I don't know. It doesn't look like a baseball logo. It looks like they're subconsciously selling out to look like a basketball sport to subconsciously get goodwill from sports fans in general.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, I don't know. I don't like it. Baseball's slowly starting to sell out and try to be like other sports instead of doing its own thing. And I'm a baseball nut and fan, so I can say that and actually have proof. I don't know.
I'm sorry, I'm messaging this one person.
Oh, y'all good. Anon. Oh, Marlins are coming to Phoenix.
I wish I cared. I'm just... Well, here's the thing, like...
Ooh, Pujols is coming to Phoenix next August.
Albert Pujols will be coming to see you.
Coming at ya.
I'm gonna have you sign my fucking jersey. You fat fuck. I'm just kidding.
You fat fuck.
That was rude. I'm sorry. I haven't eaten anything today, and it is 4:30 in the afternoon.
Is it?
It is.
Oh, shit.
I woke up at like 10, and I didn't have anything to eat. I don't know. Just recently, I've just like I'm hungry, but I just don't feel like eating, and I don't know if it's a side effect of depression or I'm just I'm just that lazy that I don't want to make myself food.
It could be like a just kind of obvious, but just a lack of motivation. Like if you don't see with me, it's not like I don't wake up and not look forward to eating, but that's how I've been my entire life. Even before I started getting down and depressed in high school. Even before that, when I was in like middle school, elementary school, I still didn't look forward to eating. Ever since I was a kid, I never looked forward to eating. Apparently, my mom told me when I was 2, I had like an eye infection, and ever since my eye infection, my eating was never the same. So that was like when I was 2. She said after that happened, I never ate the same after that.
That is really strange. I don't understand what the correlation could possibly be.
I don't know.
Unless
Maybe
it did something to your eye that like makes you see food really weird.
Maybe what I see isn't what's really there. Maybe my eyesight changed because I was 2 years old, and she said ever since problem. You never ate the same after that, and I was like,
And you just shrug and you're like, well, I'm gonna go back to playing Call of Duty Zombies. Bye.
I mean, maybe it could be synchronicity.
Synchronicity.
Damn.
For fuck's sake, Fizi.
What is he doing out there? The camera
When I-
had to have caught that last one.
No, what do you mean? The camera?
Why did I say the camera? The microphone.
I don't know. Fizi, whenever he gets like into a game, which is all the time, he screams like no one else is home doing shit. Especially really late at night. He'll be playing at like 12:30 with his friends on weekends, and it's not like. And I mean, usually I can understand because some days I hang out with you guys till 3 a.m.
True.
But like sometimes I'm just home and nothing happens, and I'm trying to go to bed early, and at 12:30 he's just like and I'm like, dude, I'm trying to sleep, and he's like, sorry, and then less than 3 minutes later he's like and I'm like, fucking
See, that's
really?
That's when you go out and you turn.
I
His
love my
computer
little
off.
brother. Don't get me. What the fuck is that gonna accomplish? It's just gonna make him pissed off and hate me even more than he does now.
He's pissing you off. Fight fire with fire.
Look, I don't want to make my little brother hate me any more than he already does.
Hey man, if you're trying to sleep, if I was trying to sleep and somebody was annoying me, I kind of feel like all bets are off. I'm gonna do everything I can to get this person to stop and let me go to sleep.
We used to be really close, him and I actually.
Same with me and my sister.
But it's just like, well, you seem a lot closer with your sister than I am with Fizi, because like,
Dude, I barely
Like-
talk to my sister. I see her maybe 3 times a week, and it's in passing.
I mean, same with Fizi. Like, ever since he got a computer, or he like learned about like computer games and stuff, we just never. It was never really the same.
Yeah.
Like, I remember like back in freshman year, I had a girl over, and he would not leave my side. He would not leave the room. And at the time, I was just like, dude, really? And I was like really trying to. And I looking back, I'm like, I kind of wish he still did that, honestly.
You gotta bring a girl over and probably do it again.
He wouldn't. I bring anybody over here. He's on his computer just constantly. Also, I think my mom's home. So excuse me while I go talk to her for a few minutes.
Ooh. Is it that time?
So she doesn't burst in here. Sure, go for it.
Alrighty. It's Cock segment number 2. Put the title screen up. Here we go. Yeah. Well, basically, we're talking about movies. So I'm going to talk about, I think everyone listening was probably thinking about it, but the new movie, It. I saw it the day before it came out, actually, and it was good. I enjoyed it. I read the book, all 1,138 pages, and it's my favorite book I've ever read. And it was good. They kept some things in the novel. They added some things. The clown was cool. Bill Skarsgård, or however you say his name. He was good. The one thing, my one major problem with the movie was there were too many jump scares, and I feel like I get it. It's mandatory. It's a horror movie. You're gonna have to have at least one jump scare, but by the 6th jump scare in less than a half hour, it's like, really, this movie's too good to rely on just jump scares. The visual effects and the imagery were good enough. In fact, there were a couple of scenes, images that freaked me out, and it wasn't because it was scary. It just looked freaky, and I didn't like it. And I would put myself in that situation. I'm like, if I saw that in real life, I would probably, piss myself as well. I wouldn't fight it like these kids do at the end of the movie. But it was a fun experience because I've been waiting about 6 years for this movie to come out. It finally did. Tim Curry as It was, really good. But yeah, this guy did a good job too. The kid actors were really good. In fact, better than the adult actors in some parts. And I'm looking forward to It Chapter 2 when they have the adults. And that'd be the end of that segment. You can listen to that when you're editing it.
Alright, man.
Actually, I'll just say what I was saying. I was talking about the movie It. Have you seen it yet?
I haven't. I heard it was good though.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard a lot of people complain about the jump scares, but I know you complained about it.
Well, it's like,
because there were like just way too many.
yeah, there's just too many. If it was like, because as I was saying, it's this movie's too good to rely on it, and I felt like at some point it was like heavily relying on it, but Look, it's a horror movie. It's almost mandatory. You have to have a couple jump scares in there, whether it be loud music or just a bam.
Like there's just
Turn
a thing
camera.
right here.
Yeah, you have to have at least one or two. But by the 45-minute mark, and you're already at like 4 or 5 jump scares. It's like, come on, guys, you don't need a same recipe, same formula. Change it up a little bit.
You fucking with me?
But I would recommend it, and I'd see it again. And I'll probably buy it on DVD. And I'm looking forward for who they cast as the adults in the next It movie. I heard somebody say they want Chris Pratt to play one of the characters.
Oh,
yeah,
they use Chris Pratt for everything.
Yeah.
He's in like every movie. He's the new Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Chris Pratt is a one-guy thing. This is an ensemble movie. If you get Chris Pratt in there, he will distract the entire audience, and you don't want that. You want known actors, but not Dwayne Johnson, Chris Pratt, Mark Wahlberg. You don't want big one-guy actors. When I say one guy, I'm talking about that one movie is based around that one character. That character, or that guy in the movie, sells the movie. Those Transformers movies, the last couple ones, after Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox left, they got Mark Wahlberg. Why? Because Mark Wahlberg sells. That's a big name. Transformers will sell no matter what. But Marky Mark's in it? Oh no, shit, I gotta see it. How many times have you seen a movie because an actor you like is in it? It's happened to me plenty of times. I'm like, oh shit, Kiefer Sutherland's in this movie? I gotta see it now.
I can't really say I've ever like done that. Like I've seen an actor that I like, and I was like, well, now I have to go see this movie. I just go to see the movie because the concept seems interesting to me, or like I think it looks fun, or I think it looks nice, or whatever.
You know what's really stupid?
What's really stupid?
When I was watching Dexter a long time ago. You ever seen that show?
It's that guy who kills bad people, right? But
Yeah.
like tortures them.
Not really. He kills them. I guess he does kind of torture them because he doesn't just kill them. He kind of like sometimes he'll like
wrap them up in fucking plastic wrap.
Well, the thing is he kills other serial killers. So yeah, they kind of deserve it, but he doesn't really. You know what he does? Guys, he tortures. Women, stab. They're dead. So like every other.
Nice. He's being sexist towards his own kind.
Not 24.
Fucking asshole.
Fucking asshole. Yeah, Dexter. I watched it and I enjoyed it, and I was like, why do I enjoy this show so much? And I was like, I like all the characters, I like the cast. And then I thought to myself, I could say something really stupid like, the cast, they play so well off of each other. But it's like, that's like the most bullshit thing you could say about. That is the biggest cop-out of a TV show you can ever say. The cast, the characters play so well off of each other. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? It's good because it's good. You know, you can't.
It's good because the director knew how to fucking direct it properly, because the screenplay was good, because the script was good, and because the camera work was good. Fuck.
You know who doesn't get enough credit? The screenwriter of movies. That guy never gets any credit. It's all the director.
It's the director and the lead actor or actress.
Yeah, sometimes the producer, if it's an actor. You know, like Vin Diesel, he's produced the last Fast and Furious movies.
Like it's so fucking sad that all those names in the credits, there's like credits are so goddamn long nowadays.
Yeah.
And almost nobody stays around the entire time to like read them. It's for me, I always stay till the end of the credits. No, like if I can help it, I will always stay till the end of the credits for every movie, because it's respectful for the people that spent their time working on it. Like, just even if you don't read all the names, just staying there, like,
you're paying them respect, man.
Yeah, you're paying them respect, and it's just respectful.
You know,
like,
I don't like.
If you leave, like, the moment the character on screen goes like, it's the end of the movie, and then you just get up and you like, and then you go and you're like, oh man, you're a piece of shit, fat American slob. Eat shit.
Well,
like, even if you're not from America and you do that, you're now a fat American.
Here's the thing. Ever since, remember when post-credit scene used to be a thing and it was cool?
When post-credit scenes used to be like scarce and like weren't used a whole lot, and
Yeah.
and you got really surprised when it happened.
Yeah.
And now every movie does it like 3 times. There's one before the credits starts, in the middle of the credits, and then after the credits.
Yeah, let me just say this. Fuck all the movies who aren't Marvel. I don't even like all the Marvel movies that do that. But fuck all these independent movies that seem to think it's a hilarious joke that put post-credit scene at the end of the movie. And you know why I don't like it? because horror movies make a movie and release it, and when I worked at the theater, you know what happens to the public? Now they think every movie has a post-credit scene. So they sit and wait. And you walk in, and they're like, oh, there's no post-credit scene, you know. Are you sure? It's like, no, I fucking work here.
No, I just work here and get screened all the movies, you know, beforehand. But fuck me for not knowing anything,
it's like, in fact, I just came from the theater that just played this movie. There's no post-credit scene. They're like, I still want to stay to make sure. It's like, you're a fucking idiot. That's why I don't like post-credit scene, because now society is hypnotized. Every movie has a post-credit scene. No, the Teletubbies will not have a post-credit scene at the end of the movie. Get the fuck out of the theater. Let me clean the damn thing. I hate it.
You're letting go of repressed memories.
Yeah, it pissed me off. It's like, yo, the gallows is not gonna have a post-credit scene. Leave.
The Woman in Black 2, Woman Takes New York, is not gonna have an end credit scene.
Takes New York.
That's not what it was called, but I wish it was called either that or Electric Boogaloo. Let's be honest, that would be a fucking perfect.
Look, if any movie was called, okay, I'm gonna take that back. If most movies were called blah 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 takes New York, I would see that movie. Except Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. I will not see that movie.
Remember earlier when we were talking about how like people were like the final iteration? That's what I was really talking about, like the Halloween movie and like the Friday the 13th movies. It's like at like number 3 they were like the final chapter. And
bullshit.
What was the last Friday the 13th movie? It was like the 13th one. Seriously.
The final chapter?
The final chapter was the 3rd one, and then the 4th one was like A New Beginning, and then the 5th one was like Jason X, and then
yeah, here. I want to look up all the movie titles.
And then the 6th one was like Jason goes to the supermarket and trips on a fucking banana peel, sues Kroger's and gets money. It's like, and then the 7th one is Jason goes home to his neglectful wife, pays his taxes,
his whore wife makes tuna casseroles for
the
dinner.
3rd time this week. Oh my god. Like, seriously. But that's how bad sequelization is sometimes. Alright.
I can't say what I showed it.
Oh my god. It's good, and I know exactly what I'm going. I know exactly what this.
The movie's over.
The movie's over.
Okay, this is. Wait.
After you're done with this, I have something to say about movie theaters though that like really pissed me off. Like I have a short story.
Oh shit, dude, you're right. Okay, this is. We're not making this up.
This is the actual list of Friday the 13th movies.
Okay, Friday the 13th, 1980, and also, what was the first horror movie that took place on a holiday? It was not Friday the 13th.
Citizen Kane, Christmas. I'm just kidding.
Most people say it's Halloween. It's not. A movie called Black Christmas. Look it up. There's a funny story with that. I don't think people would really get it. But anyway, yeah, Black Christmas was like the first horror movie that took place on a holiday.
It was about black people on Christmas.
Actually, it was actually pretty cool. It was about, a sorority house.
Uh-huh.
It's just about a bunch of girls getting killed, but you never see the killer. You only see his eye looking through a peephole the whole movie.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so there's that. Okay, so anyways, all right, 1980, Friday the 13th. 1981, Friday the 13th Part 2. 1982, Friday the 13th Part 3. Fine.
Uh-huh.
Fine. Friday the 13th, The Final Chapter, 1984. Friday the 13th, A New Beginning, 1985. Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. I thought it was New Blood, which would have been cool, but nope, The New Blood.
The New Guns by System of a Down.
Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, 1989. Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday, 1993.
Jason Goes to Hell.
And then Jason X, 2001.
Freddy vs. Jason came next.
Yeah, Freddy vs. Jason, 2003, which apparently took years to make. And then Friday the 13th Reboot, 2009.
Damn.
So...
Yeah, reboot. And I can't wait for the second one to come out next year.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, where... I'm surprised they didn't make a sequel, to be honest.
Well, that's because it's probably coming. It's probably on its way.
I
am coming!
You know these people, they're just like, oh, the movie... It's like, the movie made 250...
Yeah, the movie.
The movie's over. Okay, can we explain that? That is our Emperor Palpatine voice.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's right. We never mentioned that.
Episode 8, it's finally coming out.
It's finally it's happening. Okay, but okay, so one time, so it all started basically last like October, or whenever Metallica's newest album came out. I forget the date. It was in August, right?
October, somewhere around
October
there.
something. Okay, but basically we were
the new album? It was like November or December.
Yeah, we always listened to the album while driving around in Stone's car, and I'd always, before that point, we'd always listen to System of a Down like constantly, and we had this meme going where
which one?
Anymore. Where
oh my
okay,
God.
in on Toxicity, there's a song called Atwa, and there's a part where Darren, the guitar player, like Serge is singing, he's like, I don't go to the bathroom, and then Darren goes, anymore, and I don't know why, but I always thought that was the funniest shit. So I would always like listen to other System of a Down songs and just insert anymore wherever it fit.
Not just that, but any song.
Like yeah, and any song. So we moved on to Metallica, and we were like hardwired to anymore, anymore, and then just like it just kept going from there. And eventually he was like, we started watching Star Wars Episode 3, and we were like, what if Emperor Palpatine sung this song? And I was like, hardwired to self-destruct, hardwired to execute Order 66. Like, and then after that point, we were just like, bro, we could franchise this shit. Are you kidding me?
Let me show this picture real quick.
Send me that picture and I'll fucking put it up on screen. And it's funny because it has exactly to do with what we're talking about right now. It's so good. It's so good. But
you have to keep this picture up here
up while
like
I'm talking like this.
seconds.
Okay.
Because there's a lot to shit.
Do it. Okay, but no, we and then just we'd always used to just like say stuff in an Emperor Palpatine voice, and the newest thing we'd say was like the middle part, because like I was talking about like the middle of something, and Stone was like the middle part, and it just stuck, and then it stuck, and another one that we did was like, we were talking about our friend Mayor and how he had like a little bubbler for smoking weed. And I was like, one time he had a bubbler that I was like, and Stone was like, the bubbler. The bubbler, the middle part. And then now we have, the movie's over. So go home and try out your own Emperor Palpatine voice.
Send us a clip of
you doing it, and we'll not put it in next episode. Fuck you. I'm just kidding. Send it to me on Discord. At ALM, ALM, I don't know what the numbers are. Anyone watching this is probably already has me on Discord. If you don't, figure it out.
Figure it out. Yeah, the Emperor Palpatine stuff is
It's
pretty
fucking.
good.
It's funny. It's funny.
It's funny.
It's funny. That's another one.
Pants keep like
Riding up on your balls.
yeah, I have to like keep
Yeah,
pulling
that
back
happens
down.
to me sometimes too. That's why I always wear pajama pants. They breathe easier.
How come girls on Instagram, like, you look at their profile and it's like they're following 200, but they have like 600 followers? Like, how does that work? How do they get? Where do they get all these followers? And they're not even following that many people. I follow like, 250 things, but I only have like 100 followers. Like, what the hell? Why is it? Why? How? What is it? What if I posted a picture with a nipple piercing through my shirt? Would I get more followers? Like, what the hell?
I'm on Whisper again, and holy fuck, all of these whispers are so fucking gay. All of them are, I need to get laid, I need to get high. Will some girl come and cuddle with me tonight? I need to get drunk. Will some girl come and fuck me tonight? Will some girl come and give me a blowjob tonight? Oh, I'm so sick of being in a I'm so sick of not being in a relationship. Well, why don't you do something about it, you fucking idiot? It pissed me off. I messaged a chick like that last night. She made a whisper. She was like, oh, I'm so sad that I'm not in a relationship anymore. I'm like, then why don't you do something about it? And she fucking blocked me. I'm like, what? What? Don't post shit like that if you don't want people responding or telling you the truth, because it's true. If you just want to get people, like, I hate people that do that for fucking attention. I fucking hate it. Where they're like, I'm so sad. I no one likes me. And it's like some naive dumbass is going to be like, I like you. And they're going to end up boning. It's like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah,
like,
I think a girl
don't do it
did
for
that.
fucking attention.
I think
You're
a
a piece
girl,
of shit.
I think a girl did that on Whisper. She said something, and she's like, I'm not happy with my boy. No, she said something like, I love him even when he's mean to me and scary. So I messaged her. I was like, leave him with a question mark. She's just like, it's not that simple. I'm like,
Yes, it is.
I'm like, it's always something, all right? Yeah, there's always a reason. There's always an excuse for everything.
I can't just leave him. Well, unless he has you in the fucking basement chained to the ground, yeah, it is that easy.
Yeah, it's like, why can't you leave? It's just like, are you living together? No.
What? What?
Yeah, it's like, are you guys living together? No. It's like, then what's the problem?
That blows my fucking mind. How? How can you delude yourself to believe that that's not an option when you don't live together?
Oh, dude, that's every relationship nowadays. No one lives with each other, but
Dude, if a bitch gave me
a bitch
any reason. Well, yeah, that was mean. I shouldn't have said bitch. I'm sorry. But if a girl I was dating ever gave me like a real reason to break up with them, after knowing what I know now about relationships, I'd kick that bitch out like immediately.
You just said bitch after you said that was too mean.
Well, I assumed she was a bitch before I found out that, like, in this hypothetical situation, I called her a bitch before I found out that she was,
You didn't know she was
being
a
a
bitch
promiscuous bitch.
in your own hythetical, you didn't know she was a bitch?
Shut up.
And then at the second half, then you found out she was a bitch?
Shut up.
How does this work?
He said it. It's my hypothetical. I can do the word. It's my hypothetical.
Yeah, but no, like, I would say goodbye, like, immediately. Like, that girl is not staying in my life any longer.
Oh, God.
Like, yes, I'll be sad about it, but I'll be less sad than, when I was together with her.
You just said it. It's like you're sad
You'll
now.
be sad, but you'll be less sad than when you were together with that horrible person.
Oh, look, here's what girls will say. That doesn't make any sense. It's like, okay, that's the equivalent when girls go up to guys and they're like, well, you used to be in a relationship. It's like, wow, fuck you too.
Well, you used to be in a relationship, so you can be happy that you were once in one. It's like, it's the same exact principle. You're a hypocrite, all women.
All women.
Not all women, but
Just most
the people who say that. The women who say that, you're a hypocrite.
Just almost everyone.
Korn and Kock really is a misogynistic podcast, isn't it?
What do you mean?
We just hate women
Well,
and their
look.
ideals.
Well, look.
Just kidding. We love you,
women-
ladies. We're single.
Women aren't worth it, and men aren't worth it, and we are single. No one's worth it.
And we are single. I like how you slipped that one in. That was
it's
good.
true. We are single. Yeah, no one's worth it. Because, really, all we ever do is just piss each other off. I realized the day I realized that women aren't worth it is when a girl told me, she's like, I don't even understand women. And I'm like, well, if women can understand women, what makes you think me can understand them?
Me can understand.
I'm like, fuck this. I'm calling it. I'm quitting. I'm not gonna. I want women. I want to be with one, but I don't want to understand it. I feel like if I were to understand a woman, I would die. Like, it would be that scene in Indiana Jones where they look at the ark, in the first movie when they look at the, what is it called? Raiders of the Lost Ark. They look at the thing.
Oh, they look what's inside the ark, and
Yeah.
it just melts their faces off.
Yeah, that's what happens. Like, when we finally understand women, the knowledge.
It's like, it's too much for us to handle, so we just die.
It's like Cthulhu. When you see him, you just
turn
go
to
insane.
stone.
Or you turn to stone. You die of fear. That's what happened. And I feel like guys who have understood women died of accidents because they don't want to leak the mysteries. It's like these people who used to work at Area 51 and then they resign.
And then it's like the government is like, if you peep a word about this to anyone, we'll kill you, we'll kill your dog and your family.
No, what about that one guy who was found inside like a bag that was zipped up in his own bathtub? And they're like, yeah, it was an accident. It's like, dude, you don't get into a... First of all, it's physically impossible to get
To
into
die and then zip yourself up in a bag.
full, not halfway, but full on zipped out. You need a second person there. And they're like, yeah, it was an accident. Like,
Nope.
Really?
Nope, wrong. They killed him.
That
He squealed and they killed him. He squealed like the pig from
He
back in the
worked for
barnyard.
some kind of government too. That's the funny part. Isn't it funny? Like all these government officials like die, and it's always labeled an act. There could be a gunshot to their head, and a guy.
That's what it always is.
No, it's
they,
like
they
they-
cover it up because someone's getting in their way.
Like there could be a gunshot
And
to
they
his
know-
head.
and
A
they-
guy could admit to doing it, and they'll still be like, inconclusive. We have nothing.
That's the thing, though. They count on the public being naive enough to believe it was just an accident. It's like, oh yeah, when JFK was shot, it was just some random guy. It wasn't totally like a government sanctioned, like a black ops government secret service sanctioned.
There were like
fucking
10
thing.
different group of people after the Cubans, the
That
mafia, the government.
That brings me back to that.
Not that I'm a conspiracy theorist. I'm just saying, it was an option.
That brings me back to that documentary I was talking about earlier.
Oh, the alien one?
Yeah, they were talking about like Marilyn Monroe and how they say she died of natural causes when really she was gonna, because she had an affair with JFK.
Well, then she like.
She said she was was on a phone call and she was talking about telling people secrets about like Area 51 and stuff.
What the fuck? Why
Like
would you say that over the phone?
I don't know, but she died a few days later due to apparently drug-related incident.
How did she die? Didn't she like take too many pills and overdose?
In air quotes, apparently.
Oh boy.
Look, I'm not saying you should believe that everything's fake. I'm just saying don't believe everything. Like don't even believe like that documentary the whole way.
Don't
like
even believe us.
yeah, what the fuck? Don't take everything we say as
Yeah,
gospel.
what the hell is wrong with you?
Like I don't even take everything I say as gospel.
This is supposed to be for entertainment purposes.
Well, we're just saying think for yourself.
Be a little skeptical. There's nothing wrong with being skeptical.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being skeptical. But don't be a fucking moron. Let's be just don't be a fucking moron.
Don't be a moron.
You didn't do the thing. You haven't even done the thing this episode.
Oh, this podcast is brought to you by?
Yeah.
Oh, here, let's do it right now. All right. I probably would have remembered. But
Let's do it.
Let's do it then. Let's do it then.
That's the sound you make of breaking a glass bottle. Let's do it then.
Oh, you know what? In the future, we need to come up with a segment, and let's do it then. That's gonna be the intro segment
Fuck yeah.
for like, here's Korn on the Kock.
Yeah, corn on the cock. Let's do it then.
All right, this podcast is brought to you by.
I just realized. I'm sorry to interrupt, but what if we get doubles? Do we just do it again?
I'm keeping track of that.
All right.
So far, we haven't run into any doubles. And it's this Time Stands Still by Rush.
I like that song.
I like it too, but I have very mixed feelings with it.
Time stands still. What did Alex play it all the time when she was blowing you?
Who?
That chick, Alex. That 2 years ago was in our friend group and just
No,
fucked everybody.
I had One Little Victory playing.
That was the song.
Yeah.
Nice.
I went out of my way and I picked it.
Oh. Yeah, just in case people don't know, there was this chick that just like randomly just came into our friend group at one point. That's kind of how Stone started hanging out with us.
Yeah, around that time. Well, actually, it was before that. It was with Eddie and.
Well, yeah,
happened
that's when
with
I
them?
first met you again after that time.
Well, that's when I first met like a majority. I think that was like the first time I met Russell.
It was so sad too because the only that was the most close that our friend group had ever gotten, and like the most amount of people that had ever hung out at one point, all because they were thirsty for that one chick's ass.
It's a big ass.
And it's so sad that that's what it took to bring all of us together, even though we were all friends and we always talked about hanging out with each other.
I think there are only two people missing: Aaron and Amjad.
No. Amjad, yes. Aaron was always there. He was really thirsty for her.
Well, he wasn't there when I hung out with you guys, though. Like that one picture of us in Eddie's driveway. That picture, Aaron's not in that picture.
Well, yeah, because he was probably like too busy at home whacking it. Because
he's probably busy playing Melee.
Short hop, fast fall, forward air, L cancel, Fox only Final Destination, no items.
What the hell's wrong with you?
4 stock. Yeah, what the fuck, Richard? No, but seriously, yeah, no, that girl was a total slut.
The only thing that will get...
The only thing that was redeemable about her is that she liked Rush.
Yeah, pretty much. And Dream Theater. The only thing that will get a big group of friends together are two things. One, death, and two, a girl. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not wrong,
Or
because
there's something I'm missing.
after she left that group, we've never hung out in like that big of a group.
No,
ever.
there was one time. Remember when Eddie came back last October and we had like the 3 M's? We had Mason.
Oh,
Merrick,
okay. That
and
one
Michael.
time was an exception, but that's because Eddie's a G and we love him.
Eddie's a G. It'll
And he-
happen again when he comes in November.
You think he's gonna bring his girlfriend?
I'd be okay with it. I mean,
I'd be okay with it too, but it's like, where would they stay?
Hey man, if they're staying in your house,
Ben doesn't have a guest room.
Look.
I have a guest room.
Look, if it's your house, you can do whatever you want. You can play loud music all you want. It's your house. You can do whatever you want.
No, but here's the thing though. The last 2 times
you
Eddie's
should get
come.
Fizi to yell as loud as he can when they come over.
He's just no, well if he's gonna stay here, he has to be a guest on the podcast.
He'll be on the guest.
Him and his
guest.
girlfriend, but like I'll have to sit over there and they'll like barely hear me.
And I'll sit next to Eddie and I'll be like, ooh, bass edu, bass god.
I was gonna say, last 2 times he did stay here. The first time he stayed like the entire time, but because I didn't have a job and I didn't have anything to do, he could just stay.
Yeah.
Last time, I did have work, so it was kind of weird. So it was kind of weird having him here.
Yeah.
And then, so if he comes this time, and like the worst part was last time is that I didn't have a car, so he was kind of just like stuck here one of the days. And
I remember
I-
the morning after I came and visited you guys.
and like I couldn't hang out with my dad because I had to hang out with Eddie, and like I feel kind of bad for Eddie because like I didn't mean to like be dismissive and stuff that day, but I was just like, this is like the one day a week I can hang out with my dad, and I can't go because I don't want to leave you alone.
Or you could have brought Eddie along. Unless Eddie's awkward with.
I don't think he's awkward. I just think it was like kind of like, I think my dad wanted to take us to go see a movie or whatever.
Lego
And then he
Batman.
stayed the rest of the time with Ben at Ben's house. But then now Ben moves houses. So I don't really, if he were to stay again, if I were to get a job, I don't know how it would work because
You
I
can
wouldn't be
stay
here
in
all
Ben's
the time.
garage.
Yeah, because Ben doesn't have a
I guess.
guest room anymore.
Anymore!
Yeah, there we go, bringing it back. But anyway, Eddie, if you're listening to this, we love you.
Bass god.
Based Edu, we can't wait to see you. If you bring your girlfriend, we'll be nice and accommodating, and I will find out what pisses her off and tell her that the first thing. That'll be the first thing I say to her, and hopefully she hates me.
I'll
But
probably just say hi.
you'll be like, hi.
Hi.
Well,
It's good times, man.
yeah, good times. I think we should wrap it up though. It's getting kind of.
How long has it been?
It's been an hour and a half basically.
When are we gonna hit the 2-hour mark on one of these things?
Jesus fucking Christ, Stone.
What?
I don't think I have the time or the patience to edit a 2-hour long special unless we delay the podcast a week to give me more time. Because usually when I edit one of these podcasts, I edit it like in one night. Like I just sit down and I got a big schedule this week, so like I kind of want to get this done, so I don't want it to run too long. Like already this is a pretty long podcast, and that's fine, but I just don't want it to surpass like episode 7.
But the
lengths.
thing, hour and 46 minutes.
Hour and 40 fucking 6 minutes.
Yeah, it's not that long.
Sometimes I forget my mom really wants to watch these, and I remember some of the shit I said, and I'm like, my mom could take this out of context and like.
Yeah, there's some
ground
things
me.
I don't say, and some stories
I'm
I don't
very-
say, just in case.
I'm very liberal with what I say, which I guess is like part of being an adult. Like I should just own up to what I say, but at the same time, it's like, do I really want my mom listening to me saying this shit? I love you, man.
You're not more worried about your political stances than all the.
I mean,
all the
I'm just
things that
worried
you
about
say.
her hearing me say like titties and dicks and
I was gonna say you should be more worried about that than saying.
talking about fucking girls and whacking off.
Yeah, be more worried about that. You talking about politics should be kind of low on your list compared to all the other shit that we've talked about.
Christ. Well, in any case, let's do a Korn and Kock rewind.
All right, rewind. Was
I
that
don't
the
know what
Q-Bert?
Yeah, that was it.
We should have a video segment for the rewind. We just need to find a good one.
We just need to
It's still in a work in progress.
We're still trying to figure out what we can do with this show.
We're 8 weeks into this thing. We're still getting we're still
trying
our
to
feet
work
wet.
out the
We're still
kinks.
we're still getting our feet wet.
But at least we have an intro. That's good. And an intro song. That's good.
Very true. Anyways, we got Florida Marlins hat, the
Nice.
newest hat that I got.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about protesters, controversies, Metallica, and I was gonna write something else, but I forgot because we talked about a lot of stuff.
We did.
I mean, we jumped topics like a motherfucker.
But hey, I think we kept it interesting, man.
I think so too. And then what is it? And then the title, or the potential title for this thing, should I say?
Oh yeah, I'm for no doubt I am using that fucking title. That's brilliant.
All right. Well, people watching.
Well,
it
people
definitely
watching this will
know.
already know what it is.
Yeah,
Like
so-
Stone basically wrote down the title of this podcast. That's what he wrote down. So.
Instantly when it happened, because I had a couple ideas, but
But as soon as you heard it, you were like, "This is what I need in my life right now."
and then this podcast is brought to you by Time Stands Still by Rush,
Nice.
and we are on number 8.
What story we're gonna tell?
I think it's your turn this week.
My turn.
Yeah. Oh no, wait.
Because last time we told the story of
Oh, it was a mutual story.
it was
that's right.
it was the mutual story. Yeah.
I'm gonna say 4 you told it, 5 I told it, 6 was Ben, and then 7 was a mutual. So yeah, I think it's your turn this week.
Okay. Fuck. What? I remember a few podcasts ago, I was like, after Ben goes on the podcast, we'll talk about it, and you're like, but after that, it's my turn. I'm like, a podcast after that, I'll say it. I forget which one it is, but
Not the one about me losing my virginity.
it was. Oh yeah. That was your story.
That was
yeah. You were gonna tell that story. It wasn't me that was gonna tell the story. It was you.
Oh, fuck.
And you said you were gonna tell it the podcast after Ben, and we were like, but it's my turn after Ben. You're like, all right, I'll tell it then. So I'm kind of tempted to just pass off my turn to you because I like.
Well, the
this story.
problem is like if I tell that, it would be kind of long, and we don't want this to go too long. I could tell like
An abridged version.
An abridged, or I could tell like another story.
I'd rather you wait to tell the full story because it's a fun story. I like
Yeah,
it.
I mean, Korn already knows it.
It's a fun story. All right, fine. Next week, Cock's virginity story.
Episode 9. Look forward to it. I'm gonna look forward to it, kind of. Fuck.
Fuck. What stories could I tell? I've told a lot of these stories in that Mega Man chat room,
Yeah.
and
You type those out when you tell stories?
yeah, I have them saved on my computer. I like screenshot the conversation. I literally
So you just copy and paste it?
no, I don't copy and paste it. I just like write it out. Like I actually tell the story, and then I like screen cap it and I save it on my computer for like later use.
I gotcha.
I can't tell the story of me getting hit by a car. That takes way too long. I could tell the story of Karma Exists, but I kind of want to tell a fresh new story that I haven't told. Yeah, I can show you that story after this, but what could I tell?
Nice outside.
Oh, I could tell the story. Okay, this one will be a short one. It's not super interesting, but back in like 7th grade, fucking I mentioned him a few podcasts ago. His name's Toxic. He used to be like my best friend. I've known him longer than anyone in our friend group has known him. And now he's a piece of shit. Manipulator, asshole. We used to be really good friends though. Sad that he had to go the way he did. But
He's not dead or anything.
he's not dead. Like, I meant like go down the path that he's gone. Which is, not try to apologize for his shitty behavior and for being a manipulative asshole and wronging like most of us. I don't care if I'm running out the time. But point is, we used to be friends, and I was also friends with Russell at the time. And one day I invited both him and Russell over to my house because like it was during the summer and like actually no, it wasn't. It was during the school year. I totally blanked. I think it was like freshman year, and we were running around my house, just dicking around, and all of a sudden, like, I'm not wearing shoes because it's my house. Why the fuck would I wear shoes inside my house?
Nah.
Toxic isn't wearing shoes.
You have to censor that.
I will.
Hear a beep.
Toxic isn't wearing shoes, but Russell is wearing his shoes. And we're just, like, playing tag with each other because we're fucking... And Russell, like, steps in front of me and, like, stomps down on my right foot. My right foot. And it hurt so fucking bad. And, like, right after that, my foot swelled up and I couldn't walk on it.
Was he wearing boots or something?
No, he was just wearing regular sneakers, but he, like curb stomped my foot. And I was like, dude! And then, like, and then his dad came and picked him up, and he just bailed. And I was like, really? You're gonna break my foot, then bail? And so, Toxic was still there, and he's like, well, what are you gonna do now? I'm like, whatever, I'll just sit in my room. And at the time, I had a bunk bed. So, so we were just hanging out in my room, and my little brother comes in, Fizi comes in, and they're just chilling up in my bunk bed, him and Fizi. And I'm just sitting on my desk with my back turned to them, down below, just watching random videos, pissed off because my fucking foot's broken. It wasn't broken, it was just sprained pretty bad. And yeah, Toxic gets the brilliant idea to start throwing pennies at the back of my head and record the entire thing.
Say there's video proof of
There
this.
is video proof. I have the videos. I will not show them for
No, you have to play the one part.
Come
Come on.
I can't.
You have to.
I
It's,
can't.
it's legendary. It's one of the best moments in the entire crew history. It is. Okay, you have to.
Here it is. Here it is. I'm playing it. Here's the clip.
The only way Beaka can take money is if I throw it at him like a circus animal. Now stop. Gosh damn it.
It's on your back.
Quit it, you dick!
That's.
I was gonna say at least you should at least.
I'm
put
not
the
proud.
sound clip.
I'm not proud. I'm not playing just the sound clip. I said I was gonna play the video clip now, and I have to do it. But yeah, he kept throwing pennies at the back of my head, and
It was both of them, right?
Well, Fizi didn't throw any pennies. He tried to get the pennies away from Toxic.
Really? Because it seems like Fizi did not really stop at all.
No, he was just being annoying.
He just kept laughing the whole time.
I don't know. It was like a cute kind of annoying. My little brother was cute when he was little. I'm not gay or anything, but
Well, I mean, you know, I used to be cute, but now I'm ugly, so.
baby cock. Your face, you're just like, after this podcast, I'll fucking murder you.
I don't know. I had chubby cheeks when I was a kid. Well, baby.
It was adorable.
It wasn't.
Yes, it was adorable.
Nope.
When I was a little kid, I was just fuck.
I've never even seen a baby
I had
picture
a
of you.
bullet. Oh, you literally go to my mom right now and ask her for a baby picture.
you think-
She will be happy to oblige.
What do you think I'm gonna do after this podcast? I'm gonna walk up and be like, "Hey,
She like you'll see a smile come on her face and she'll just go right for the photo album.
gonna say-
I swear. I'm calling you right now.
I'm gonna say, thank you for the Chili's gift card, and can I see some baby pictures of Alex?"
All right.
All right.
But that's basically the story. And I think the funniest part of the story was like Toxic was like the only way that Alm can get the take the money is if he endures the pain like a circus animal. Now stop. And looking back, I'm just like, it was really funny, but also like, what an asshole. Like, who does that to their friend?
I still like when you just got up and slammed the door.
Oh well, yeah.
And it's like, well, the clip already played, but dude, you gotta admit that's like, if there's like a top 10 moments in the Silva Cheap Crew history, that'd be at least 2, maybe even 1.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, what else is there?
There's a lot,
My
but we
drink. My drink back.
we can't talk about him here because we're out of time for this podcast. This arbitrary
Alright.
amount of time that I make each one of these podcasts.
Arbitrary. We do have to break a 2 hour.
Don't worry, one day we will break a 2-hour one. That'll be like a spectacular.
It'll be like, and when is the 3-hour marathon coming?
The 3-hour marathon's gonna be like episode 50, dude.
What about episode 100?
Episode 100, it's gonna be like a 6-hour podcast. It's gonna be completely unedited though, because I'm not gonna do anything
So
except.
uncensored, basically. anything goes.
Anything goes. You can say the N-word. You can say that you think Donald Trump is a fat faggot. You could say that you like dick in your butt. You could say that you like shoving jelly beans up your butt. You could say that you like shoving jelly beans with a dick up your butt.
Well,
Well,
we want to give a big shout out again to my dad. Happy birthday.
happy birthday, Mr. Cockler.
Neil Peart.
Happy birthday, Neil Peart.
And all those albums that came out.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. And Golden Shades, everyone involved.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Big
Always
shout
have to
out.
give a shout out to Golden Shades. Always have to give a shout out to Cosmic Gem. Always got to give a shout out to the people in the Mega Man chat room that watch this shit. Even though, like, I shill it and it's fucking annoying that I do so, but thank you.
And shout out to Korn.
The band or me?
No, you.
Aw. Shout out to Kock.
Yeah, thanks, Korn, for showing up.
For showing up. This is my house.
Just kidding. No, shout out for me for showing up.
Yeah, shout out to Kock for getting out of bed today and being like, another fucking podcast.
You know, I actually got up early. I got up at 12 o'clock today. Which, you know, for me, that's really
For
early.
you, like, waking up at 3 is normal.
Yeah, waking up at like 3:30, it's like, man, I don't want to get up now. It's too early. But hey, I go to bed late. I go to bed like 5 a.m. So.
Well, that's because he has a job at fucking 1 in the morning. But, like, till 1 in the morning.
I was gonna say,
But he
get
makes
off at
good
1 in the
money,
morning.
so, like... Alright, well, we'll see you next week for another exciting episode of Korn and Kock.
For another edition. Until then, I'm Korn.
I'm Kock.
I'm
Yeah, no, we're keeping that. We're done.
Alright.
You're Korn, I'm Kock. See ya.
Alright, bye.